Alright, welcome everyone. So, this video is going to be about a concept that I came across 2 days ago. So, not that long ago, right? But I've been thinking a lot about it since I saw it. So, the concept or the quote itself is life is coming from you, not at you. And so the concept is just that the life that you're experiencing, your reality, is actually coming from you as a reflection of you rather than something that's coming at you, right? That is being thrown in your face, right? Instead, it is actually coming from you. It is actually a creation of your own inner reality, right? It is an expression or a reflection of your own internal reality rather than vice versa. So, in this video, I'm just going to talk about quickly how reality works, right? And then I'm going to talk about this quote, this concept, life is coming from you and not at you. And I'm going to tell you how you can actually begin to implement this ideology, right? How you can actually begin to use it for yourself. So, how reality works. So, first things first, this reality that we're experiencing, this reality that we're in right now, is a reflection of our mind, right? So, when I say this, some people might get confused because they think that the mind is thought. They think that the mind is the thinking brain, which yes, the brain, the thinking brain is part of your mind, but it is not the entirety of what the mind is. Remember that 3% of our mind is conscious, so our thinking brain would be part of our conscious mind. Our unconscious or our subconscious mind is the mind I'm referring to here. So the structure of our subconscious mind is going to be the exact structure of our life. Whether you can see it that way or not, that's how it works. So let me give you an example. If in someone's mind or their subconscious mind, they are not worthy of some sort of achievement, let's say it's money. If they believe they aren't worthy of achieving a certain amount of money, yet they try to work for that money, the framework of their subconscious mind says that they can't make that money, and so their life will be framed in such a way that they will be presented with only challenges associated with money. They will not be presented with the money itself, but just the challenges. And so they will constantly experience a reflection of that belief that they aren't worthy of making money, right? Because they will be presented with challenges that they can't overcome. And because they can't overcome those challenges, they won't make the money. And this happens in pretty much all aspects of our life. I can give you another good example, which is actually your room. So if your room is clean, your mind, your mental environment is going to be very clean. Same vice versa. If your mind is very clear, if your mind is very clean and organized, you will naturally organize and clean your room. Vice versa, though, if your mind is very cluttered, if your mind is overworked, overwhelmed, you will notice that your room will start to get a little bit messier, right? And only slightly at first, and the more your mind becomes cluttered, and the more your mind becomes crowded, the more you will start to let your room fall off as well. And then obviously that's just one example. You will probably do the same thing in relationships. You'll probably do the same thing in your work, right? But then if you start to heal the mind, start to heal the subconscious mind, start to change who you believe you are, start to change the reality that you choose to go after, the reality that you choose to live in and experience, right? You can start to clean up the mind, for example, and then your room will start to naturally get cleaner. So when we want to change our reality, when we want to alter certain parts of our life, we simply, in the mind, we set the intention. We have to change the wiring within the mind. We have to change the belief we have of who we are and what we are experiencing and the life that we would like to experience, right? We have to clearly define the life that we want to experience as well. So once we have done this, once we have set this intention forth, we will gain some form of universal feedback, right? So the universe will receive this this message of I want to be this, I am this, right? I desire this. The universe will receive that message and will give you some form of feedback in the form of a challenge, in the form of an ordeal, in the form of a test, right? And this test is going to be a test to see if you are truly ready for the reality you seek to experience. A test to see if you are actually serious about taking on this reality. Let's say someone who wants to make 10K a month and understands these concepts. That person will use it, correct? And then they get this universal feedback, they get this test. But if they weren't 100% invested into the life that they were trying to live, they will fail the test. They will cower, they will run, they will hide, they will be in fear of the test because it is a means to entering the unknown. And so only those who are truly committed will actually follow through. Only those who are truly committed will actually move forward with it. And so that's why the test is presented, to make sure that you are serious, to make sure that you are really, really trying to move forward, really, really wanting to and desiring to move forward into this new life, right? And then the next thing, so if you overcome the test and you pass the test, then you actually get the experience. Then you actually get to experience what you had set the intention for, right? And so it may not look exactly as you envision it in your mind. It may not be exactly what you envision in your mind, but the more clear you get this, the more clearly you will experience it out here, right? And the reason it won't look exactly like your mind is because now this is your creation combined with the universe's creation. So you have essentially made a baby with the universe. You have created a reality with the universe. And so that baby isn't going to look exactly like your genes or exactly like the universe or God's genes. It's going to be a little bit of both. It's going to be some of what God wants to see reflected, and it's going to be some of what you wanted to see reflected, right? And so now we'll get into the section about life is coming from you and not at you. So you are the writer of your story, right? You are the creator of your experience. We are working hand in hand with God in creating this experience, yes, but you are the writer. You are the one creating your story, right? So what is the story that you're creating for yourself is the important question. What are you providing for yourself? What are you allowing yourself to do? And what are you ignoring? What are you failing to change? What are you failing to alter? If you have a bad story, if you've written a bad story, you go back and you edit. You go back and you change things in the story to make it good, make it better, right? What are you ignoring? What are you not changing? What are you not altering? What are you not making look correct or beautiful even? What are you not allowing to manifest itself on the highest plane? What are you not allowing to fully express itself? What part of you are you not allowing to fully express itself, right? If you are the writer of your story and there is nothing else stopping you from changing the story, why aren't you? Why aren't you changing the story? Why aren't you changing the script? It's that simple. Flip the script. You don't like where you're at, flip the script, right? You don't like where you're at because you're fat and you're lazy. Well, you're not fat or lazy, right? You have fat on your body and you've been acting lazy. Flip the script a little bit, right? Change the wording. It's that simple. You could even take that a step further if you're fat and lazy, right? You're not fat and lazy, you're an athlete. And you view yourself and believe that you're an athlete. And you act as if you're an athlete. Eventually, you will look like an athlete, right? You will feel like an athlete. You will have a healthy body, right? You will have a healthy mind. Change the beliefs you have about yourself and you can change your experience, right? change the story that you tell yourself on a day-to-day, and you will change the experience that you have, right? So how do we actually change the script? How do we actually flip the script? And this can be a complicated process for some, and it can be a very simple process for some, right? So I'm going to get into this later in the video, but meditation, those who meditate will find this a lot easier than those who don't. So when you realize that you have a story that you don't like, that you'd like to change, right? When you find a thought, or you find an experience that you're having consistently that you would like to change, that you'd like to alter, you focus on that experience. You observe that experience, right? You allow that experience to be felt. You allow that thought to be seen, right? And you can dissolve and break down the thought, just like you do in meditation. Dissolve or release the thought, just as you would while you're meditating. Allow it to go, and then rewrite it. Rewrite the thought. Put a new thought in its place, right? Fill the empty space with something you actually desire. And then, so the one thing that's going to get in your way on this journey, so one thing that is going to stop you from actually changing the script, from rewriting your script and just moving into that experience, is going to be any blockages that you have. So any habits and activities, any of those thoughts that we just mentioned that are not allowing you to move forward, move into the next thing. And karma. So if you have karma that doesn't align with the reality you're trying to experience, you won't be able to experience that reality. And so if this is you, what you need to work on and what you need to focus on is either your karma. So you need to transmute some of your karma. You need to release some of your karma, pay off some of that karmic debt. And then you'll also have to remove blockages. So you'll have to deal with and remove blockages. If these are habits and thoughts, you apply the same principle to the blockage itself. So you change the script about the blockage. So if it's a habit, let's say it's a smoking habit, you change your association with the smoking habit. You change the way you view the smoking habit, the way you view yourself while smoking, and the way you view yourself in general, right? So do you still believe that you're a smoker, or are you someone else? Are you an athlete? Are you a businessman, an entrepreneur who is smoking weed? Because if you're a businessman and an entrepreneur smoking weed, you're getting in the way of your business. You are hindering your growth. You are hindering your mind's ability to work, right? And so you're going to want to think twice about doing that. But if you're a smoker, smoking is second nature. Smoking is second hand, right? And so if you change your association with who you are, if you change the belief of who you are, then you can actually begin to change the habit itself, right? And then karma. So working through karma, I'll make a whole video on this because karma is a very deep topic. There's a lot that I can go into on karma. But I think the easiest way to work through karma is in the present moment, because we are constantly being presented with our karma. The challenges that we face in reality are reflections of our karmic debt. And so as we begin to face and overcome these challenges, we start to pay off that karmic debt. There are also ways to speed up the process of paying off karmic debt. And you could do this if you are conscious enough. You can do it in the astral, and this will just speed up the rate at which you can overcome ordeals, the rate at which you can overcome ordeals, and how much karma you can actually release and transmute and pay off. So I'll go into that later on. But yeah, so if you remove any blockages, if you overcome some of your karmic debt, and you can now align with a different reality and a different script. Now it's just a matter of changing the script. It's just a matter of changing yourself, who you are, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions in order to reflect the life you want to live. And it's that simple. If you believe that the reality you are experiencing is the one that you want to experience, and you sit in the present moment with that long enough, you will eventually shift everything around you into that reality, into that timeline, and it will reflect that timeline and that reality that you are now associating with, right? So if I think I'm an entrepreneur, if I feel like I'm an entrepreneur, like I'm making a lot of money, like I'm wealthy, like I'm free, right? And I act in accordance, if I sit here and I make a video every single day, right? Reality will change itself, will alter itself to reflect more of that reality back to me, more of the reality that I'm an entrepreneur, right? It will show me and reveal to me more of that, and it will allow me to internally shift fully into this timeline, right? It will allow me to solidify, crystallize into this new timeline because I'm seeing it now. Once you see it in reality, then it crystallizes, but you need to be able to feel it, think it, and act upon it before you can see it. And now, so here's my little bonus tip, right? My action step for anyone who wants to start to implement this, and that's meditation. So meditation is actually going to allow us the ability to dissolve thoughts, to dissolve feelings, to dissolve experiences that don't align. It will allow us to break down the old script in order to reshape it and reframe it and rewrite it into a new one. So meditation itself, as we do meditation more and more, we are building the skill. We are building the skill of dissolving thought. We are building the skill of breaking down thoughts that we don't want to pay attention to, right? And so what this does is it allows us the ability to dissolve and break down the connections within our mind. If you get deep enough into meditation, you won't be able to do this at the beginning, but eventually you will be able to start to dissolve and break down the wiring of the mind that doesn't align. And so as we break down and dissolve the wiring within our mind, we can reshape it, reframe it, rewire everything in order to reflect the reality we want. And so meditation is key if we want to rewrite the script, because meditation is the skill required in order to break down and dissolve the thoughts and the feelings that are keeping us stuck, right? As well as the actions, right? If we can't focus, if we can't concentrate long enough to take action, then we will never get there. You will never reach your manifestation simply thinking and feeling it. You need to act upon it as well. And so meditation will just make us better at focusing on taking the action, breaking down any resistance to the action, destroying and even ignoring any resistance to the action, taking the action. It will allow us to break down and dissolve feelings and thoughts that don't align. And then from there, we will be able to rewire and recreate ourselves. And then, so the other thing that meditation helps with is the present moment. It helps to just bring us more into the present moment. And when we're in the present moment, it is a lot easier for us to experience the ordeals that we might have to face, experience our current reality, see it for what it is, and only from the present moment are we able to change and alter our reality. We cannot change our reality while thinking about the past or future. The future doesn't exist because it is simply a creation, a manifestation of your past. Your brain is predicting the future based off of memories past. Or it is focusing on the past, focused on the memories, which isn't real either. The only thing that's real is right here in the present moment. And so when we begin to become more grounded within the present moment, we actually have more of an ability to alter our reality. It becomes easier for us to alter things in our reality and change things, as well as become aware of things that might be stopping us, that might be blocking us in our reality. And so that's what I have for this video. Just key points here. Life is coming from you, not at you. We are not being thrown in here to experience all these challenges and just be suppressed by them, right? We are here in order to experience these challenges to show us who we are, because this reality is a reflection of our mind. This reality is a reflection of who we are, right? And we are here to experience that. We are here to experience and see ourselves. We're here to see who we are and what we are and grow from that, evolve from that, right? So yeah, you are the writer of your script. This is not a prison. This is not purgatory, right? We have free will. We have the freedom to make the choice, but a lot of us aren't willing to make the choice because that's hard. And so if you want to start to implement this, if you want to start integrating this, meditation is going to be your key action step. Focusing on the present moment is going to be your key action step. And letting go, just letting go of everything, of the things that don't align and the things that do, right? Because the universe will receive both, and the universe will allow you to shift as you need to, right? The universe will reflect more of what you want back to you, and will start to allow you to break down and let go of the things you don't. But all right, that's it. If you enjoyed, if you want any more content on the mind, on self-improvement, hit the subscribe button. Other than that, I'm out. Peace.